Hello, welcome again. And today we are going to talk about the basic tips, the basic rules that we need to know before you engage yourself with this language that is German. Sometimes you might be talking to a friend, you are with someone, and the person is like, German is hard, or you yourself you feel like German is hard. It's not. When you know these few basic tips and you start moving in this language, everything will be very easier. And German is not hard. You need to realize that there are maybe even some words that you know that are German, but you just don't know that is German, right? Mhm. Have you ever heard your friend saying something in their language and you're like, does that mean this? Oh, we also say like that in our language. So that is also the same in German. You realize that we have some words that are not so different from English, right? Even in writing, you see a word like baby. That's how it's written in German, and that is how the word is. A word like telephone. That is how it is in German. Laptop, computer, house, university, Universität. Like, this is how these words are in German, and they're not so different. So, you might be knowing some German words, but you just don't know it's German. And not even like that. Like, those who like football, like maybe you're supporting a team from Germany, or maybe you're watching that this team and this team. Have you ever heard of Köln, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Leipzig, like those teams, they're from Germany. So we know these words, they're just familiar with us. Those who like cars, German, the machines that we produce from German, the BMW, the Mercedes, the Volkswagen, the Audi, these are the machines that we have from Germany. So why not these few things from German and you don't want to learn it and you feel it's hard and you can't pronounce these words, right? So interesting. Let's move to the basic rules that we need to know. Now, the basic rule number one that we need to know is German has some special characters. I can see some special alphabets, and not that they have alphabets that are written in a way we cannot write. No, just like ABC. You know that English, the 26 alphabets in German, we're just adding like 5, less 10 of these alphabets, and we refer to them as special letters. Why do we refer to them as special? Because you realize that some change the meaning of a word, and they also change the pronunciation of a word. So we have like the vowel a, e, I, o, u, but in these vowels, you realize that vowel a, o, and u in German, like we have some three of them, we call them umlaut vowels. They're not so new, they're not something hard, just know them, and as we will learn them, you'll realize that, oh, this character, if I put it here, this word I pronounce it like this word, if I put it here, it means that this word means this, it's the plural of this, etc. And then we also have another special character. I can say it's just pronounced when you're reading it in a word, it's just like S. Yeah, the English S that we know, right? And we call it the Shepherd's S or the S set. Yeah, so this alphabet, we will see it, we will learn how to write it, we will use it in a word, and German will flow. It will be very easy. Basic rule number two. Mhm, Nouns. Okay, now what do you want to know about these nouns? You need to know that a noun is a naming word, right? Mhm. English, when you are writing a noun like house, book, tree, you just write it with a small letter at the middle of a sentence or at the end, unless you have it at the beginning. But that is not the case with German. In German, all these nouns, they are written with a capital letter, even at the middle of a sentence. Yeah, at the middle, at the end, we write every noun with a capital letter. Whether you are talking of I have a house, I have a book, that is my brother, like that house, book, brother, like those first letters, we write them with a capital letter, not only at the beginning of the word, but even at the middle or at the end. And we also have this other special pronoun that is you plural, right? Yeah, like so also in German, when you are referring to someone you and you are addressing this person formally, that you is written with a capital letter. The first letter of it you write with a capital letter. And as you can see, this case is different from English. Like English, we only write a word with a capital letter if it's coming at the beginning of the sentence, or when we are talking about these proper nouns. Yeah, that is the only that we write with a capital letter. And also I, the English pronoun, personal pronoun I, we write it with a capital letter, and that one even at the middle of a sentence. So this English I and ish. So how ish is I. Yeah, in German you want to say I, you will say ish. Yeah. So like the German ish, now that one we only write with a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence, but at the middle, no, no. But with English, you can see even at the middle of the word, this I, we are writing it with a capital letter. So interesting, right? Imagine, like, a noun, it's like you're giving it its own respect. So you write it with a capital letter. Mhm. So, German nouns, whether at the beginning of the sentence, at the middle, or at the end, so long as it's a noun, make sure you write it with a capital letter. Yeah, that is rule number 2. Rule number 3, mhm, the German genders. When you talk about gender, we are talking about masculine, feminine, or something being neutral, and we also have it in German. And it is very important that you need to know that when you talk about English genders, we talk of um, you are talking about masculine. We know that this one we're just talking about something that is male. When you're talking about feminine, we're just talking about these things that are female, neutral. We talk in English, we're talking of things that do not have life, but that is not the case in German. In German, these nouns, they're classified in all these three genders. We have the masculine, feminine, and neutral. But what we need to know is that in German, when you talk about a girl can be taken as neutral in German. You talk of a school is taken as something that is feminine. You talk maybe of a table can be taken as something that is masculine. So in German, like this one, when you're talking about classifying nouns, depending whether they are masculine, feminine, or neutral, that one we don't think of life or no life, not really. We'll just learn them. And as you see this word, you don't see that a girl is classified as neutral, and you're like, a girl? You see a table is taken as masculine, you're like, a table has no life. Not really. Just learn this tip, know it, know that it exists. In that you read a German sentence, you say that, don't be scared of it, don't say German is hard, because now you know the rule, right? Very good, very good. Now, rule number 4, verbs. When you talk of verb, these are doing what, like cooking, riding, playing, singing, dancing, those words, you can see they have the same ending, or cook, play, und so weiter, etc. So that is not the same with German. Like these verbs, we can say we conjugate them in German. Yeah, its ending will change depending with the pronoun. So maybe you have a word like playing or to play, which is spielen. I will conjugate it in German. Yeah. Maybe you are talking a verb like writing, which is schreiben. You realize when I say I'm writing and she is writing, that writing will not be the same. Yeah. So that is another rule that we need to know, that the ending of these verbs in a sentence changes. And we also need to know that these endings also sometimes applies to maybe possessive pronouns, the adjectives, just depending with how you use it on a sentence. And then now the last basic rule that we need to know is word order. What is word order? The sentence structure. Mhm. How are you structuring your sentence auf Deutsch? How are you structuring? Like, where is the subject? Where is the verb? Und so weiter. For example, you can say, John is playing football. John is playing football, right? Uh-huh. So also in German, we should know that where is this John? When you're just talking about the simple normal sentence, make sure that that verb of yours is always in the first position. Yeah. So that is very important. Those are the basic German rules that we need to know. We will learn as we learn the pronunciation of words and the pronunciation. Don't worry with it. Our next video. Hmm? We are learning these alphabets. What is the German alphabets? How do I pronounce this letter W? How do I pronounce this letter J? How do I pronounce this letter A? etc. And it will be sehr super. As long as we know these basic rules, you see a word as it is, you meet a certain character, and you see it is nice. We will learn of it, and everything will be okay. Choose. That is bye till our next video.